Hello, I'm Professor Manuel Gadi. I'm recording this video to explain how the asynchronous session will work. Although it's saying here it's a forum, I have a special way of using forum. So if you visit this one, that is going to be when it's available. This video is going to be available here. For example, the first one is a game that you're going to play. So normally, you vary what you need to do, but this is how you participate. Basically, what you have to do is you grab this code here and then you open it in. So I have it here in downloads. So I'm gonna open file in RStudio. Then I have the exercise. So basically this exercise, in this case, very specific one, you need to run everything that is above, and then when it comes here, you have to change it, proposing a story. So this is a story telling game. So you have Fernando de Aragon, Isabel Católica, the ones that lived long time ago. This is 480 something, and you know that 492 they found America with Columbus. So these were the two kings, the king and queen, that supported financially Columbus' trip to America. And this is the story here that you need to work on and play with it. So using R code. And next, in this specific case, you go here and then you reply the answer here on the top. So you reply this one at the top so that you become on the same level here, and you put as a message your additional code, so the code you created, and then you post also on your message when you say message here. So this is going to be your additional code, and then you come here at the end and say attach a file, and you put the file with the R code, with the whole thing, with the original code and your new code as well. So everything in there for the person next to you, for the person after you, so the person after you can play the game as well. Good. So you normally get the latest person to play with, and this is a self-service forum. That means how it works for participation, Professor. Well, normally I put a code here, so the code is valid for a while, and you come here, and after participating in the forum, you click here mfalonso.pythonanywhere.com, and then you copy this code in here. Good. So this code is not valid. I'm gonna show it with a valid. So if I put this code here, it just says wonderful, your participation code has been withdrawn correctly. And if you visit a profile, straight away you should see the participation. I'm mentoring as a professor, so I can see many of them. So I've been testing the forum participation. That's why I have many here. But this is codes that are probably not going to be valid when you see the video. Obviously, you have forum participations, they last for a while, the code. So the code that appears here will be the one valid for you in the day that you go here and withdraw. Be aware, that's very important how this thing operates, is that if you come here in the day of the forum and withdraw the forum code without actually participating, I'm gonna be checking things, and if I find that you didn't participate in a forum and withdraw the code, your whole grade on the 5% on participation will be 0 as a penalization. So it's not that I'm gonna discount this participation, the whole participation on you, sorry, but that's like cheating, so that's gonna be a 0. That's a self-service participation, and that comes in all forums, and that comes in all threads. So in this one, for example, you're gonna get a different code. This one is an interesting one as well that I normally use, and I prefer that if you could hear the podcast that is in here. Always when I put a podcast, I prefer the podcast has no image and it's not a YouTube video. And if you could hear going to your work or walking outside or doing something else and hear the podcast walking, that would be better. Walking or driving or doing anything apart of being in front of the computer. And obviously I don't have time, Professor, the podcast is so long, but you can accelerate the video, the time here, because it's on YouTube, and even if you get from podcasts I have it from podcast on iPhone, and I find it our podcast, and then I hear this one, that's number 3. the basic interaction with R. So basically you have to listen to it, especially after the 16th minute. So you go from there and you have to create a question with 4 alternative answers. So according to the podcast, what's the R workspace? So don't create a question that has been created already by your friends. You create a different one, and then you give me 4 alternatives, and then you tell me the answer on your response, and you tell me the time more or less when I could find the answer on the podcast itself. Okay, and the idea is, well, we're going to learn something from the podcast, hopefully, and also because you're going to be only hearing about, I want you to get to know the vocabulary of the community and also the vocabulary of R. So that's why I prefer not seeing it. That's for hearing it. That's you can find more videos of me on YouTube about R, but I'm focused on getting the vocabulary correct. So getting to know the vocabulary, not how to write it. It doesn't matter. The guy's gonna say image.save. Yeah, but you get the ideas that is going to be going on with the voices. So that's why it's for hearing. Next, I normally put a Kahoot challenge, and same idea here. There'll be a forum. You come here, you participate, and what you do is simply come here, start the Kahoot. You put a name that I could verify. Actually, that would be ideal. But I put in here Professor Gadi. So you throw it and you start. And I'm gonna show the first question for the first one. And what's R? Pick the best response. So you come here. R is a letter before the S. R is a language and an environment for statistical and graphics. R is a programming language, or R is an environment IDE for statistical computing. Ooh, I'm not sure, because it can be 2 answers here. Maybe R is a programming language, maybe R is an environmental IDE for statistical computing, or a language for environment and statistical computing, or maybe this one, because it's more complete. Yeah, so it was actually this one, but the best one is this one because it has 2. So yeah, you get points for the time, but I'm not going to be counting the time in any of the Kahoots. So you participate in order to learn. You can play many times if you want to, and then you click next and you move. Once you finish, please respond here. By the way, Professor, my Kahoot name is, I put it Professor Gadi, so I know who you are on the Kahoot if I had to verify it anytime soon. And my points were 18, blah, blah. I'm not going to use the numbers, but I can verify that you've done it and everything. So you put it here. So you have a different thing, completely different thing, normally on the forums. So that's the forum. Sometimes I use forums as a proper forum. I mean, in the discussions among students, but most of the time the forum is the way I organize things. And sometimes I normally put a video like this one that is introducing everything. So I'm even introducing the concept. So this one is a video introducing how forums operate and how you use the participation code. And next you're gonna see another video, a very specific one, recapping some of the concepts that we have seen it, and so you can do the whole forum without any issues. Thank you very much and enjoy the forum.